What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. This is Hurricane Earl, which is now a Category 2 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale. The winds are currently 105 miles per hour and the pressure is 965 millibars. So it seems that those winds have finally caught up to the pressure dropping. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Maximum sustained winds once again are 105 miles per hour. Hurricane force winds are now 60 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds are now 160 miles from the center. So this hurricane is expanding in size on top of this. If we take a look at the cone right here, it really proves that although the biggest expansion on the hurricane and tropical storm force winds are more on the eastern side. So something interesting to pay attention to nevertheless right here. It is forecast to become a major hurricane, still expected to become a Category 4 hurricane, according to the National Hurricane Center last time I checked. And yeah, it's expected to become a major hurricane by the end of today, actually, and then it's expected to maintain that intensity until Saturday, and then it's expected to become extratropical or post-tropical before moving into the as it's moving through the subtropic Atlantic Ocean right there. So that's basically the situation we're taking a look at right here. So another thing we need to take a look at, Invest 95L. It currently has a 70% chance of development, but I've been keeping an eye on the satellite imagery. The showers are still pretty disorganized, and they're mostly to the northeast of the center. So if this thing wants to develop, it has to develop right now. Otherwise, it's going to start moving into unfavorable conditions. If it doesn't do anything right now, it's not going to develop. It still has a 70% chance of development nevertheless, but it's something we need to pay attention to nevertheless. Now, this one right here, Disturbance 2, currently has a 30% chance development right there. It's just moved off the coast of Africa. It's going to be moving through some marginally favorable conditions, and they are conducive enough for some development, but that's the best we're going to hear from it. Danielle is now a post-tropical cyclone, as you can see right here. So that's pretty much what you're going to hear. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tracks and intensity for Earl. The track models have this thing moving through and to the northeast of Bermuda right here. Probably staying 100 or so miles off the coast. Definitely going to bring some tropical storm force winds, potentially some hurricane force gusts. That's why they issued the hurricane watch in Bermuda right there. In the next 24 hours, it's expected to start speeding up. And in the next 2 days, it's going to speed up even more, and then the miles kind of break off and go wherever they go right there. The intensity models are interesting. Still have models having a Category 4 status. Majority of them have it around a mid-range Category 3. Once again, my estimate is between 120 and 140 miles per hour, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty much what we're going to hear. Let's go ahead and take a look at some aircraft reconnaissance right there. This is Flight 20 that went into Earl earlier this morning. That's how they found the 965 pressure. Basically, they found a few values. They found some values in the eastern eyewall right here, around 73 knots. The northeastern eyewall is also kind of interesting. We're looking at 62 knots. And yeah, this has been less of a flight analysis, quite honestly. Although they are finding some drops and winds of Category 2 status. It's more of a pressure analysis right here, as you can see. Because in the last episode we were at 978 millibars, I believe. Now we're down to 965. So this hurricane is definitely strengthening, ladies and gentlemen, and it's still over very warm water to do that. It's still over that 28 to 29 degrees Celsius, 83 to 85 degree Fahrenheit water right there, ladies and gentlemen. And then the wind shear, it's open season right now for Earl. The only thing that can stop Earl from intensifying is if it gets in its own way. And taking a look at the satellite imagery, it does have a decent structure, although there is this dry air pocket right here in parts of Earl right there. We're going to have to pay attention to that if they can close off. If Earl can close off that core right there and kind of keep it from getting in there, it should be all right. So that's the latest situation we have when it comes to Hurricane Earl. Bermuda right here is already starting to get impacts right here. They're probably getting some rain from this already. They're not getting tropical storm force winds yet because those are more around this area right here, but still something to keep an eye on too nevertheless. So we'll be continuing to monitor the situation on the Pat's Path Predictor channel. The hurricane season, this hurricane season, though, is starting to ramp up, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have to continue to keep an eye on it as the situation develops. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out, helps me make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. But with that being said, have a wonderful day. Follow me on Twitter. And another thing before I go, thank you so much for 1,400 subscribers. It means so much to me. But with that being said, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.